Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to you. I'm going back to you. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the crowd. Watch the crowd.
Now Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And all the way down to the 29. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On 2nd and 10, Watson going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Watson looks to throw again. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll try and run for it with Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And they'll get this down to the 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry by Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This thrown quickly out to Jones. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's complete to Cobb. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Crosby puts it through, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Watson. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A quick throw here out to Cobb. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast, and as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.